Hey guys, what's up? Are you struggling passing your NASM? You're struggling with certain topics? Let me break down the topics for you one by one. Today, I want to start talking about postural assessments. Postural assessments are conducted to determine overactive and underactive muscle groups, which could lead to muscle imbalances. Overactive muscles are short and tight. Underactive muscles are long and weak. Always remember that, keep that in mind when you read your questions during your exam. Those will be trigger words to look out for what is being looked for. All right. But before we start jumping into our postural assessments, I would love to talk about the kinetic chain checkpoints. Remember that song that you learned in kindergarten? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, and so on and so on. Keep that one in mind because it could be very important to identify the 5 checkpoints we're looking at. You got your head, you got your shoulder, you got your hips, lumbar-pelvic hip complex, also LPHC, knees, and you're gonna look at your feet and your ankle at the same time, all right? The way you look at your client, you look from the anterior view, lateral view, and the posterior view. You also distinguish between 2 postural assessments. One would be static and one would be dynamic. What's the difference? Static would mean your client is standing nice and still. Dynamic would be your client would be moving, for example, an overhead squat assessment, all right? But today, I only want to cover static assessment. During the postural assessment, you would walk around your client, you would look at the anterior view, lateral view, and posterior view. You would find the following things happening if your client would fall under the category with the upper cross syndrome. As your client would be standing in the lateral view, you would find rounded shoulders forward. You'd find neck falling forward, and you'd find that rounded thoracic spine. So now you need to try results. What is happening with your client? Now that you identify the upper cross syndrome, now you need to understand what is going on within your client and how to properly program in order to reverse those muscle imbalances within your client. Let's look at your potential muscle imbalances. So you have those rounded shoulders, your neck is falling forward, and you got that distinct curvature in the thoracic spine. This can be caused by overactive pectoralis major and minor, your chest muscles, your levator-scapular, and your sternocleidomastoid, which would be your neck muscles, and your upper traps. Your underactive muscles, in this case, would be your deep cervical flexors and your mid and lower traps. Those would be lengthened and weak. So how do we fix this problem? For your overactive muscles, you would foam roll for 30 seconds, and for your underactive muscles, you would strengthen them in a 4-2-1-1 tempo. Look at this quick summary. If you found this helpful, subscribe my channel. There's more to come as we go. Other than that, I want to remind you that we are offering one-to-one tutoring. If you're stuck with a certain topic or you just want to talk to a tutor to help you to get through all those information, there is a great study guide out there from Show Up Fitness. If you want to have more information about that, it really cuts the fat off the meat, and it was my go-to when I was studying for my NASM. Check it out, reach out if you want more information, and I'm happy to help. Have a good one. Bye.